Shall we move on to the next one then?
Sure. What's the next one?
The next one, do we want to talk about, let's see, what... Do we want to talk about
Temptation?
Oh my lord.
Since we've kind of touched upon the dub.
All right, well, we touched upon the dub. So we got recommended a singular dub episode to watch for this one. And this one was probably the hardest one to find, specifically
really
for the
hard to
dub.
find the dub.
Yeah.
This one was so fun.
And I can see why, because this one is pretty infamous, I think.
Right.
But
I've never heard of it.
What was the plot? Like, I watched it and I was struggling to understand why he was doing what he was doing.
Considering we watched it in our own language for once,
Yeah,
I was most confused about the plot for this
I don't know,
one.
because he was just like a dick.
But he like, so the premise is that it opens with this like, it's filmed like a Tarantino. It's like they show the ending scene first.
Yeah.
And then he's like molesting someone on a train.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to just a random student just jerking it.
Yeah.
And then he like listens in as she opens the door and be like, fuck me, please, fuck me. And he's like, oh shit, I mean, I guess.
So originally, like when I first started playing this episode, I was like, why did we get recommended this episode? I don't understand, because like the dubbing, in terms of like the quality, I don't think the dub's even that bad. In fact, it's probably one of the better acted dubs I'd heard for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did they recommend this one? Maybe it was like, oh, the dub's actually good. And then the main character opened his mouth, and I was like, "Oh, Yugi Moto, what are you doing here, Yugi?" And then I was like, "Oh, okay."
I think he did a lot of hentai.
Did
I
he?
think there's a lot of hentai with Dan Green.
So yeah, so now it made immediate sense, because as soon as the main character opened his mouth, it was Dan Green, the voice actor for.
Although I don't think
Yukimoto.
he's credited as it.
I don't think he's credited,
But you can't mistake that voice.
you cannot mistake that voice
It
at
was
all.
very funny.
no, he's credited.
Oh wow.
There he is.
He decided not to run away from it.
Yeah, he owned it.
It's just like a weird plot where like randomly, I guess the prince, because he's a professor at the school, and he has relations with one of the students,
Yeah.
and then I guess the principal, who has a wall full of monitors, like some kind of Evangelion villain, is like, now you must fuck more of the students. And it's not really clear why.
It's kind of like, I thought she was blackmailing him.
Yeah.
But like, also he seemed to be like really into it.
He was like, he was very torn. He was like, I like doing this, but also I want to quit.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, we want you to sabotage this idol. And he's like, okay, I'll fuck her.
Let's talk about the scripting for this
Oh my
one.
god, I have all my notes are just these one-liners that I just hear.
Swear to God, whoever wrote the script to this must have been English or British.
It's so funny.
Because there was so much slang in there that I had not heard since watching The Inbetweeners. You know?
I referred to it as a twat one time.
Yeah. There's one time where one of the girls just like, oh, stick your cock in my twat. But she said it with an American accent. So it came out as, stick it in my twat. And I was just like, wait, what? They refer to it as gash as well. A gash? I was like, bro, am I back in high school now?
It's like the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Also, there's that one scene where like, I guess like the idol that is getting like blackmailed or extorted is like supposed to be a lesbian or something.
Oh, can we talk about the last scene?
And then he just says this line. I have it written down. He says verbatim, and there you are munching tuna tacos. And I was like, oh, that's the worst way you could have said that. Fucking hell.
There's so many one-liners that had me like laughing.
Oh, the other one was like, when they're about to, in that last sex scene, he says, what's Whitesnake's 9th album? Slide it in.
They said, I totally missed that.
And guess what? Whitesnake, the band, their 9th album's Slide It In.
Yeah.
Which is like, whoever wrote that is a fucking genius.
It does seem like, the writers were just having fun with it.
I think the voice actors were also having fun with it as well. But I think what sold it was like, there's this great. I'm gonna go on a tangent here. There's this clip from like Bryan Cranston, where he talks about how to like act in comedy, and he says that if the actors, you can you can act something and you can know it's funny, but when you're acting that scene, if you are not 100% serious about it, it's going to be less funny.
Yeah.
For example, you know, if you don't take that character 100% seriously, the comedy isn't going to be portrayed as well, because we can do a bit on Trash Taste and we can laugh about it because it's like very meta, but in like a scripted bits, it doesn't work as well. So I think what made a lot of these lines work so well is the way they are delivered with 100% seriousness. Because I think there is probably the like magnum opus of all hentai dub sex scenes, because it's there, you know, when I think hentai dub sex scenes, I think of things like Bible Black,
Sure.
where the acting is so bad.
I'm dying.
Yeah. Well, the acting is so bad and you can laugh at that.
Yeah.
But then you have something like Temptation, where you have the last sex scene and you're like, okay, the characters are getting into it. And then you have one of the most out-of-pocket moments I've ever experienced in a singular hentai at all, where she's like, there's this girl who is a lesbian, and then you find out, you know, normal hentai things where the dick is so good that he converts her. Okay, hentai logic, whatever. Yeah. You know, I can understand. And she's like, oh, fuck me behind like a dog or something.
And then he's like, start barking for me. And then she starts barking in a really realistic way.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. That's probably, I was like, this has probably happened in like, this is probably some people have gotten too much in the moment.
But it wasn't even like, you know, when you see that in like normal, like, you know, just Japanese voice hentai, right? You know, usually it's kind of like a or something, right? This one, she's like guttural. She's like, she's like DMX. Like,
I'm like, damn, who does the dog down?
I'm like, holy shit.
That ain't a dog, that's a dog.
And then after that, he goes, now cluck like a chicken. and she's like, what? It's like, just do it. And it's just like,
It's so good. You had me dying. I think what
sold that scene was just how realistic it was.
She's fucking so good.
And then right at the end, he's like, I'm about to come. Cluck like you're about to lay an egg. And it's just like, oh my, holy shit.
It was so funny.
How do you stay hard in that?
What made that scene an absolute masterpiece, I think, was just like her reaction was just like, what? She's
like, what?
Because I could feel like this was like, I could feel this happening in real life, where there's like this one dude that's just like way too into it. Which is like, oh yeah, she's barking like a dog. And she's like, okay, now cluck like a chicken.
Also, this one line that I really loved, because, you know, during that sex scene, I guess the first girl that you see on the train is like filming the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Before the girl starts barking, he just says this one line, which is really funny. He says, how's the lighting? Maybe you should go up another f-stop. I'm like, what is this, like a YouTube video?
Why would they?
Only YouTubers will get that. Being like, go up another f-stop.
Photographers.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to...
oh my God.
I tried to find this. It's
Yeah.
really hard to find it.
Yeah.
And it was, I found it on Pornhub, but I wasn't sure what it was. And because I didn't know if it was the right one.
Sure.
It was called something really fucking weird on Pornhub. Like,
Okay.
it was called like, what was it? The Subway Cunt Smasher.
What?
The Subway Cunt Smasher.
The Subway Cunt Smasher.
But it was the wrong one. It wasn't the right one, but this one came up and I was like, what on earth is
Why
this?
would we not recommend that one?
I was like, what a fucking title.
I'm glad we were recommending this one. This one was...
I haven't had a
this
laugh
one
that
was
good in a while.
absolute gold tier.
So
I actually
funny.
watched a bit of... I actually watched a bit of it, the second episode as well. And I discovered a little secret that Sydney had been keeping from me as well. Because there's this one scene where the main character's watching some people having sex on screen.
Yeah.
And then Dan Green is just like, oh yeah, she's just young, dumb, and full of cum. And I was like, wait a minute. I've heard that line before.
No.
And I fucking tapped the spacebar, ran up to Sydney, and I was like, Sydney, where'd you get that line from? And she's like, oh, I thought of it myself. And I was like,
No way.
oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Look at this.
Oh yeah? Well, Sydney, I have some receipts right here of this underground hentai dub. Do you wanna sit on the podium while I exhibit A, play this for you? And she's like, oh yeah, I got it from that.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not even from that hentai. My dad's been saying that shit for years.
Seriously?
Yeah. My dad, every time I did something really stupid, like growing up, he's just like,
Yeah.
you're just young, dumb, full cum. So it's like, I think that's just a thing that's been around for years. But I'm not surprised
Yeah.
Sydney got it from this.
But
it was fun. It was very fun.
This one was so funny.
yeah, who are the female voice actresses for this? Because I saw,
Go
I
back
don't
to the-
think we know.
Yeah,
They
go
weren't-
back-
I
they
saw
weren't
the
listed
female
on-
voice actress had a listing as well. I wonder.
really?
Yeah, I wonder if she. So Dan Green did the main.
Oh, I don't think it showed.
Go more
characters. Yeah.
Michelle Knox. No, hold on. Oh yeah, no, it's only 2 of the characters.
Who's Michelle Knox?
Probably didn't make it be in it. Well, they
What
have a
are the
picture.
other
They
main
have a picture.
Yeah,
characters,
well,
I
that, was,
guess?
that was one of the other main characters.
Yeah, none of the other characters have. Oh, there you go. There's one.
Oh, okay. I'm curious now. I'm curious.
Carrie.
If Dan Green is the only voice actor who went on and did something after hentai as well.
Everyone starts somewhere, I guess.
Can you click on Michelle Knox?
Oh, she was in Pokemon.
Wow.
She voiced Psyduck. Psyduck and
Yo,
Oddish.
this one hentai is like
And Bulbasaur.
Oh, and
my
Jesse.
God.
And Jessie.
And Jessie.
Oh, she's the voice of Jessie.
What?
And Misty.
Holy shit.
Holy
Man,
fuck.
this one hentai dub is just like How to Ruin a Childhood 101.
It's just like only done Pokemon stuff.
Oh wait, she's just been like the voice of Jesse like forever.
Yeah. And like
The
a
voice-
bunch of Pokemon. Latios.
Yeah.
But like all
Holy
the voice
crap.
actors sounded so good.
Yeah,
All of
I
them were
guess,
actually,
I
like,
guess that's
great.
why this is unironically one of the best hentai dubs I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, she was in Iki Torsen as well.
That's so swag that she's been doing Pokemon for decades.
Yeah.
That's
She was
so
in
cool.
Queen's
She was in
Blade.
Queensblade. All right.
It's
What else?
she's either in one of the most wholesome children's shows or some of the most degenerative anime out there.
Is this the equivalent of, you know, when like you're in a school and you have like that one teacher and then you find out that teacher has an OnlyFans or something like that? Is this like the equivalent of
Oh
that?
no.
Holy shit.
She's been doing the voice of so many Pokemon too.
She was in
Yeah.
Aria.
Aria.
Oh yeah,
And
there she is.
there's
There
there
she is
it
in
is.
Temptation.
There it is.
Holy
And
fuck.
Hortoraka. I saw there was another one as well. Can you go back?
She was in Aria and
No, can you go back to Temptation? Scroll down.
who's this voice actress?
All right.
Carrie.
Pokemon.
Kieran?
Pokemon.
The Legend of. Oh, my gosh, so many
okay,
anime.
that's a lot as well.
She was in Bastard.
Berserk.
Platinum
She was
End.
Casca in Berserk. Okay.
In the Golden Age.
Wow. Wow.
Tokyo
Okay.
Revengers, Shaman King,
This is
Great
impressive.
Pretender.
Yeah.
Damn. Bungo Stray Dogs.
What a fucking list.
Yeah. Persona 5?
Persona 5. Holy fuck.
Damn, the cast of this
She
one
was Caroline and Justy in Persona 5?
the cast of this one hentai was absolutely stacked. Jesus.
Damn.
I'm wondering what there must be like an interesting story to go with the licensing of this
Oh, I'm
hentai
sure,
then.
yeah.
Because like this, okay, like one voice actor, you know, that might be a one-off, but like 3 now well-established voice actors and actresses in the industry, that I'm guessing there must be a really interesting story
Probably. I mean, it's,
that's gone on
you know,
behind the scene.
Someone needed to dub it, and there was work to be had.
Wait, she was
Yeah.
Mami from Madoka Magica?
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's some pretty major roles.
yeah,
That's crazy.
I am
Good on them.
100% impressed.
There you go. Temptation is
Alright.
the Kickstarter of a lot of careers.
Let's,
apparently.